Hello, 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 everyone. How y'all doing? Okay, I hope. Ooh, it's been a minute, huh? It's been a minute. So much so that I don't remember how to stream, because I'm now looking for things that were important to me, but it looks like my combined chat option is like non-existent. Let me see. I guess we'll just do this. Can I like pop this out in the window? Ugh, whatever. Okay, so that's good. That's good. That's good. Just gonna be playing some, just gonna be watching some Mechabellum today. Should be all right and good. In fact, I don't know how loud the game is. I mean, these are things that I should really be setting up beforehand, but it's, you know, it's fine. Anyway, we got belief against no name here. We'll see what happens. We'll bump this up a little bit, right? Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Got regular marksman or assault marksman? I just saw assault shots somewhere. There we go. Red's going ass man. See how that works out for them. I think in this patch it's kind of 50-50. Sometimes it works and sometimes the other person just goes hacker, and that's still a very viable option. Looks like Red's gonna take it this time. Early assault marksman is usually pretty good. I'm not really too familiar with this player. I know they're pretty good. I've seen them do well in some tournaments. Wraith, Farseer, Wasp, Phoenix are the picks for reinforcements. 2 rank 2 Wasps on rank 4 is pretty cool, wild to me. Same thing with the Phoenix. Wow. I mean, 2 free Wraiths are pretty freaking good too. So that's what blue does. See what red decides. And the Wraiths for blue are going to be used to just kind of clear out this chaff and make sure that the flanking assault marksmen die. Not really sure how well these crawlers work for blue. Still no pick for red. Interesting. They're going to go hacker and try to take out these flanking marksmen as well. Backline hacker, I think, is a little risky. What's the tech here? Speed on the hackers would be really good, because that there's a lot of backline support for blue. I'm not sure how well it's going to help out red. This missile is going to jack up blue's plans for this hacker. Oh, sorry, no. That's that missile is on the blue side, so they're going to try to take out the chaff. Okay, that's fair. Red also goes Wraith, sells one of them. I'm not sure what blue sold, but they sold something. Alright, so as expected, blue's backline is doing just fine. Front line is dead. Had no chance. Wraiths pick each other out. A little bit of support from this rank 2 marksman on the Wraith might help. The real question is whether or not this hacker's gonna stay alive. It does not. Well, red's doing okay. I think blue has a plan. It's just going to be a matter of red probably maintaining either chaff control or just like a stronger front line. It wouldn't surprise me if they just go like for a ton of, I guess, what would it be? Like a ton of frontline units. Yeah, more assault marksmen. There's the pick. Now, from here, blue's gonna have to figure out a way to kind of like penetrate whatever red's front line is gonna end up being. Right now it's just like there's a little bit of fangs and so many assault marksmen, so yeah, they do pick up the range on the hacker, and I would expect more hackers to come. Yeah, just more of the same. No additional hackers. I guess it was just tech that was purchased. Let's see how this front line does. We know how blue's back line is doing. Shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, the front line for blue is just getting pummeled by these assault marksman shots. For now, I kind of like what red is doing. I'll throw a bet on there. We'll see if anybody else places a bet. If these assault marksmen keep leveling up, it's going to be an issue. So what's the counter here? Just more hackers, I guess. Blue goes for a quick Vulcan. The other picks were Rhino, Farseer, and Overlord. Both players go Vulcan. Not too much chaff, honestly. I think blue has a bit more like crawler chaff in general, so that'll help out red. Yeah, I can't say I agree with the Vulcan pick here for blue. Anyway, I don't know what else I would have picked, but I don't think it solves very much. And more hackers come out. They still have enough cash to level up a hacker, which I think would be good. I don't think you want to level up a Vulcan. It would provide like a bit more health. I'm not sure if that's what they're looking for. I think blue is mostly looking for range at this point. I think their only option is to try to outrange all these marksmen. Fire missiles are going to hurt a lot here. Going to hurt blue a lot. So I think red's still in really good shape. Left side of blue is already down. Assault marksmen take out the wasps, no problem. Chaff is almost cleared out. It's just a matter of getting that hacker on the left side. For the right side, hackers are starting to do some work. The shield really helped. I don't know if the assault marksmen have just enough health. That'll be quite a bit of damage. Red got a Vulcan to survive there. Sweet. Vulcan descent, assault melting point, extended range factory, and extended range Vulcan. Skip for blue. Vulcan descent could kind of jack up blue's plans if you drop one of those things in the back, like drop it on a hacker. Melting points are bought for blue. I think the big pick there is to try to take out those shields, because they're really jacking up blue's hackers. Really curious what what red's gonna take for the reinforcements. All right, so red's trying to figure out what to do with their $1,000 of cash. Hey, Hailstorm. Yes, you can come in. I appreciate it. And thanks for checking in on me on Discord. I know I don't really reply very often, but it's just the state of my brain sometimes. How you doing today? So many assault marksmen on red. It's already game over. I think red takes it. Unless, I mean, this is what, 3, 6, 9, 12? Yeah, I'm not even sure if blue has enough like damage on the board to even take out red, so Red's probably going to take this pretty conveniently, confidently. I also like the Fang pick for Red. Really jacks up the hackers' plans. All right, and Red's gonna take it. GG. I don't think anybody bet. Nobody was watching this freaking match. All right, let's see if we can find something with a little more eyes. Just like to check in when somebody goes AWOL for a while, you know, like that's fair. It's understandable. Let's take a look at this round 4 match right now. I wish I could pop out my chat window. There's like a... Maybe I could do that. There is... I think Restream decided to like update their URL. Yeah, the URL for their stream. And I should probably update OBS to like have that integration work a little bit better. Because right now I have to like have a whole nother window for my chat. And I'm trying to use my gaming mouse for the freaking, what's it called? The gaming mouse for like my stream. Oh, can I not do that? Oh, that's horrible. Why would you do this? Sorry, I'm losing my mind. Oh well, I'll just have to figure out how to not look at that. Even if a funny gift puts a smile on your face, yeah, I do appreciate it. No damage is being done, that's for sure. Business is almost too busy? I'm sorry and good for you. It's such like a double-edged sword where it's like, oh man, I'm making too much money. No, I'm making too much money. No, yeah, like, it's good to have a business that's busy, but also you need to live a life, right? Anyway, so we got a tower snipe on the right side. Life, exactly. What is life? Work is life. Life is work. A lot of Mustangs trying to take out these storm callers. I kind of feel like this can go either way. You know, I lost a match to some Mustangs the other day, and I was like, what the hell was I supposed to do? I feel like Mustangs could be a little snowbally, and I don't know if I just like don't know how to deal with them. Obviously, ground fire is super good. If you can, you know, penetrate the front line, Mustangs just crumble. But if they're doing so much damage and they have enough range, they can be really hard to reach. A fire on the Stormcallers usually works pretty well. What language do I program in? I have learned a bit of C#. I haven't used Python in a while, and I know a little bit of JavaScript. But I haven't done a whole lot of programming recently, so I definitely need to shake off the rust. Gotta bring out that visual base. Yeah, right. Yeah, there's the fire. Mustangs will have some issues. Do we got some range on the arc lights? We do. That's also very good against Mustangs. You know, I think I'll throw a vote on red, and also this player's very good. They usually know what they're doing. I think they have a good enough setup to take out the foundation of blue. Those three cover a lot of ground. Yeah. And like I feel like they are pretty common as well. And like I don't know, it's not quite the syntax, so what's the word I'm looking for, but like the order of operations that you write the code, I think have applied to a lot of other languages as well. So generally I could look at code for more like, what are they called, like dynamic languages or like loosely written languages. I can look at the code and understand what's going on pretty well. PowerShell is where it's at. Not familiar. White Prince, how you doing, White Prince? Isn't PowerShell like that Windows like command line thing? When you went to college, you learned assembler and turbo Pascal and used abacuses in accounting. That's awesome. I see no downside. Well, yeah, Red's winning the right side pretty hard. And we can see that the Mustangs on blue are kind of like mowing through Red's front line, but I think there's enough beef. I think the congestion and the amount of HP that Red has on the front line on the left side here is going to be enough to slow down those Mustangs, so that eventually the Stormcallers will eat through whatever's sitting there and take out those Mustangs. Of course, the tower pop on the right side really helped Red. Green screens and mainframe. My friend tried to sue them for lack of education. It feels like that sometimes, you know? You don't know what you don't know until you get out into the industry. I certainly felt that way a bit. But it's more about education about the real world and how like careers work and all that, because like high school doesn't do shit for that's for sure. And college was like, focus on academia. It's like, okay, great. Can I get some real world application maybe? I don't know. It's a big, huge discussion, right? But then my experience with most college was train you to become a teacher, not really train you to work in the industry. I mean, like, I learned how to push buttons. I am familiar with like the technical jargon that I needed to know, and the skills I developed could, you know, help me make the things that I wanted to make. But like pipeline wise, company structure wise, understanding working in a team, and all the different facets that like go into like, you know, living in the world, my college education didn't really help a whole lot with that. COBOL is still used in huge companies and industries. Cool. Well, Blue's Wraith here is a problem. I mean, EMP or a melting point solves that, but definitely put in some work. A one unit like trump card usually doesn't last more than another round at the high level of play. Get a melting point on blue, not red. At least not yet. Now these saber-tooths are starting to get really scary. They've got range and double shot, and there's a lot of them. That's a lot of health to try to eat through. Red does go melting point as well. No tech on them yet. They still have a lot of cash. I don't know what they sold. Missile interception is here with shields. It's going to help blue. Red still has a couple of units to buy. Oh, were melting points the reinforcements? I guess so. Yeah, I don't know what Red ends up buying here. They get the range tech for the melting points. That's going to help quite a bit. Still no EMP pick. Well, no more predictions are allowed, so it's game over. Honestly, I feel like this can go either way. There's so much health on blue's side. It could be kind of tough. Another melting point is purchased. I missed whatever other purchases were made. They did get more units, did red. Alright, let's see what happens. Some pull flanks for blue. Rhino's doing its job, being a nice distraction. It's just kind of catching all the fire. Not a whole lot of chaff clear on red right now. It's looking like it's starting to go blue's way. Does the melting point die to the Rhino? Oh, it does. That's going to be a huge issue for blue. Melting points are going away, though. Yeah, blue's going to take this. Well played, blue. Well played. I've never, like, I don't really see the Sabertooth spam very often. Damn, just enough. Minus 43. Nice. Because usually when you see, like, at least personally, when I see like 3 or more Sabertooths on a board, I start going air right away. Just to try to like beat the potential of like having those really dangerous high damage ground units. I usually go some sort of air unit, which I guess would have been tough for red because they already had Mustangs. Their opponent already had Mustangs, and that's kind of the situation that I ran into in my game. Actually, it was Mustangs, Sabertooths, and I had Scorpions as well. And I had a lot of issue trying to get to those Mustangs on the back line. It was really tricky because the Scorpions were taking out most of my chaff. They also had a bunch of arc lights. I think it was, I think I just had some really bad picks early on in my game that just didn't help my board. All right, so we got Spaceship Lady against anime red guy again. See what happens. What's our starting tech? So we got the Specialist of Speed Specialist, my personal favorite, against the Typhoon Specialist. Typhoons are really good. I'm not sure if they're going to get a nerf. They are a very good all-around 300 cost unit. And White Prince, thank you for the resubscription. Super appreciate it. All right, steel balls. Fangs? And we got a loaded left side for red. And I don't know. There's a lot of steel balls right in the front. They'll take out a marksman at least. I think the tarantulas stay alive though. The tower pop's going to be a little too late. Red will take this first round and deal quite a bit of damage. I think that's like 400, 600-ish maybe. We'll see if those marksmen stay alive, but I don't think the tarantulas are going to run into much of an issue. What's the weather by me right now? We've got... Yeah, it is kind of warm considering the last couple of weeks. I think it's like going to be in the like high 40s or 50s today. Let me double check. Yeah, it's foggy here as well, so we're not too far away from each other. What, like a 10-hour drive? Weather. Yeah, right now it is like 49 degrees with a high of 53. And only 49 tonight, so yeah, that's pretty warm. We got some heavy armor. Is that what this is called? Yeah, heavy armor on the steel balls for blue. Mustang pick. Mustang steel balls are always very good. And yeah, I want to keep an eye on what red does with these tarantula. Tarantula are probably like one of the harder starting units, I think, mainly due to the like really low range and the fact that it's like a single unit. It's almost like starting with rhinos. They can be targeted very easy early on. Difficult to have them to like have any maintained staying power. You need to be able to like keep your chaff alive. You need to have enough backline damage so that whatever is attacking the tarantulas is like dealt with as quickly as possible. You kind of use the tarantulas as like a really early game fortress. About 9 hours away plus border crossing hold up. Yeah, okay, cool. I've never been to Canada before. I know like when I say that, a lot of people in the Northeast are like, really? Not even like Niagara Falls or anything like that? I was like, no. I've been to upstate New York. We went there to look at all the pretty leaves a couple years ago. 3, 4 years ago. I think it was like a COVID vacation. Get away from like the populated area. See the nature. It was actually quite nice. Level 2 tarantulas are going to do some work. And there's our typhoon that's going to help clear out a lot of the chaff. I'm not sure about this smoke. That is a lot of steel balls. Canuck land is where it's at if you want nature. Yeah, like the what's it called, northeast United States is okay. It has a lot of really soft looking mountains and hills, but it's just like a lot of brush. We went to Acadia actually this summer, national park in Maine. It was really pretty. It's funny how like you just kind of drive and drive and drive, especially with this national park, to get there. And like Acadia is really weird because it's almost like millions or even billions of years ago. There's a really tall mountain like right on the edge of Maine, and it withered down, or there was this like slower erosion. So it's one of the higher points, but like right like off the coast. It's an island. It's really cool. And there's some like really nice like cliffs and rock formations, and it's a pretty nice national park. It's nothing like Yellowstone or any like the really big ones in the Midwest. But it's funny because like it's like it's on the ocean, and you get these really interesting land formations and geography that I honestly would have expected to see more inland. Pretty cool. It was a really nice trip too. Up there you got the wide open spaces and home of the brave and land of the free. Wait a second. All right, Blue's bringing it back. You know, I appreciate the steel ball play. I appreciate the Wraith play. I want to see what red picks on round 5 here. Haste module, mobile beacon, intensive training, super heavy armor. Super heavy would be fun for the steel balls, but I don't think they have enough ranks on there to really work with it. They do take intensive training instead. Probably a Wraith or steel ball upgrade. I saw the intensive training pop somewhere. Oh no, that was just a tower. Interesting. So nothing yet. More assmen for red this time. And again, we weren't watching this player before. Put in a good word for us. We'll see how bad it gets in the States. We're not, you know, in my opinion, we're not there yet. But, you know, there's some stuff coming down the pipe that might be pretty rough. I appreciate it. Wow, we get the, what's this called? The disruptor beam, the degradation beam. That's gonna really jack up the steel balls. EMP helps. There's the option to buy more Wraith. There's enough chaff. I'm not sure if red has enough anti-air right now. The assault marksmen are going to do a lot of work. You know what? I like red's setup quite a bit. I'm going to go red again. As much as I love the steel balls and blue's general setup with the Wraiths, Wraith steel ball is something that I've been wanting to work on. I don't think they're strong enough. At least there's like this build isn't strong enough against red's board right now. Vulcan Fortress, Sandworm, Rhino are the picks. Blue goes Rhino. I can't say I agree with that. Oh, I guess I agree with it because they sold it. It's fine. Hey, Devitan, good vibes to you. I appreciate that. My chat thing actually let me see those emotes. I'll put some good vibes in the chat as well. It's close, you know, like I think both boards are still relatively even. The fortresses are going to be good long term. There's a good chance that if blue decides to go a little bit heavier on the air attack, there's a chance that, you know, the AA barrage comes out. Oh, you know what? I forgot Overlords have photon coating. I think that completely negates all of the whatchamahoozy, all the degradation beams. So now it's just a matter of blue being able to do enough damage for the like first 20 seconds, I think it is. It's, yeah, 20 seconds of photon coating. I forgot about the photon. Very smart. It's one of those decisions that like has a huge effect on like steel balls and your front line. It's honestly one of my favorite things to do. So we got, what is this, improved sledgehammer, steel ball production, which I thought blue would take that because they already have like some tech on steel balls, and just throw that on a freaking Overlord and you're good. Anyway, extended range war factory and heavy armor are the picks. I think red's in trouble, and I don't think any of these picks are going to help a whole lot. And we see a GG in the chat. Yeah, high-level steel balls are going to do a lot of work against this setup. we'll see what, if anything, the fortress anti-air missiles do. We're still waiting to see what units are purchased here. More fortresses I think is fair because it just does more damage to the air. It also is going to do a little more damage to each steel ball, which they have a lot of health, bro. Each ball is 33,000 on the rank 3s. And I think we got a rank 4 over here. For rank 5, Jesus Christ, 60,000 each. Yes, I have played that on your recommendation. Yeah, I think you brought that up very early in your viewing time. Yeah, and I think blue was just gonna completely overwhelm red here. Too much health, too many units, too much damage. I was super wrong. Yeah, I should set up a chat bot again at some point. I'll get there. All right, what do we got here? We got math, we got Woot and Cast. Let's take a look at this one. Lazy streamer, you got it. I accept that hashtag with pride. All right, round 5. Additional deployment, orbital bombardment, rhino assault, supply enhancement. We get some additional deployment from red. I think it was supplies, orbital from blue. And as most Woot matches, we are overloaded on one side. 3 Farseers with EMP. And that EMP is hitting the assault marksman, I think. That's the primary pick. And with 2 missiles, that's actually pretty savage. It's actually a really good counter because the first missile turns off basically the high health buff from the assault marksman. And then the next missile just kills the regular health marksman. Pretty cool. You played the watermelon game again for like the first time in a long time and beat your high schoolers. That's weird, right? Isn't that odd how that happens? It's like you're into something and you're like, oh man, I haven't beaten my high score in like 100 plays. What the hell's going on? And then like you kind of fall off for months or years, and you just hop back on. It's like, oh, I just beat my high score by like a level of magnitude that like I've just never hit before. Weird. I guess I just had to stop thinking about it. But we're gonna get a tower snipe from blue, and that's Woot, right? Yeah, Woot loves to move their air units around. But like king of the world. Now the ground units are still kind of jacking up blue. I don't know if there's enough chaff clear for blue to take out the rest of red's units, and a lot of them are hung up on this tower, which is gonna really suck. But we still got assault marksman. It's gonna take out the phoenixes. You know, like, I mean, the odds are pretty good for betting on red, so I'll go ahead and try that. I'm just gonna lose all my insight today. It's fine. Fortress, Fang, Melting Point, and Vulcan are the reinforcements. Woot takes the fortress. And more fortresses? Yeah, that makes sense. They're doing anti-air barrage against all these, what are they called? Wasps? I always wanted to call them Fangs for some reason. No flanks, I don't think. Yeah. Starting to get, this is a very busy front line for round 6, I gotta say. Where did all the Phoenix units go? Yeah, so blue Woot decided to just move all the Phoenix units around because I think they're also expecting the anti-air barrage from red, which happened, so good on them. The only thing in Red's favor right now, I'd say, is a beefier front line. There's just more units and more health around with the assault marksman. That's a lot of missiles from blue. Kind of goes both ways though, right? Yeah. Looks like blue will get the tower snipe on the left side. Excuse me. And that'll probably be the round. We'll see. It's closer than I thought, because this tower is going to stay alive for a long time, and this fortress is going to do quite a bit of work. It wasn't too bad. It was bad though. It was bad. Another orbital bombardment, improved war factory, assault melting point, and sticky bombs. Both go orbital. I think orbital hurts blue a lot more, just because of the wasps. The wasp play. You can't protect them with the shields. And more crawlers to try to distract, I guess, the high damage units so that the fortresses stay alive. Yeah, it looks like Woot's got it again. Bastard. Just kidding. Shields don't really do anything here for red. It's so interesting, like, there are just players that, like, understand what the counter pick is, or, like, what gives them the most health, or the help, I should say, and you just see them lean into that so hard on a round, you know? It's like, all right, what would help me? Do I need some frontline health, right? And they just, like, know the most efficient economic way to get that every time. It's like, all right, I need some backline damage. What do I do? And then they just pick the right things and they go all in on what they need on that round. It's really fun because it's not necessarily swingy, but like you get to see these like massive power improvements every round. At least that's how I feel about it. These Typhoons are trying. They're trying real good. But these last two fortresses are going to really jack up these wasps, I think. Yeah, once this comes in range, takes out the fortresses, and then you still got the Farseers alive, so... GG. Poor insight. All right, let's check out this match. We got Math against I think the red anime hair guy. All right, what's our setup? Got Mustangs and Tarantulas and Steel Balls. Pretty busy. Very busy front line. Mustangs already have range on both. Right now, Red's got a little bit of an edge because of the Steel Balls on the left side. Very similar boards, I think, on each, because there's all the Mustangs. I think each side has Tarantula. Yeah, this is something I want to keep an eye on. Because on round 5, when you get these long range Mustangs, you need to figure out how to get there. And yeah, incendiary comes out for both, and that is the counter to the Mustangs. So like, I know that the Mustangs struggle against armor, but you have to make that pick early, and I think the cheapest armor is like 200 on, like, it costs 200 supplies on 200 cost units, and it would block whatever damage is coming. The issue is that the Mustangs need to target them, and if the Mustangs are targeting your armored units, that also likely means that your high damage opponent units are also going to target your armored units, so their staying power isn't gonna be very long. It's like a really weird conundrum, because like the counter for Mustangs is not the counter for a lot of other units. So like Mustangs and Typhoons are just very good all around units. It's like the high damage, high rate of fire thing, and the range is really fair. Fair isn't the right word. The range is really like beneficial to those two units as well, because there's a lot of other like chaff units and high health units that you can put in front of them, like almost by default. We got Scorpion, Melting Point, Vulcan, Sandworm. Red goes Melting Point, which is fair. They're going to try to take out, you know, whatever tarantulas or anything is keeping the Mustangs alive. And blue goes Vulcan, trying to take out whatever chaff comes in, which I think is okay, because at some point we might get like a higher rank steel balls or even extended range steel balls. That'll work pretty well. Good old Vulcan fire ground play. I've been seeing this a lot more the past month or so, with the like placing the frontline Vulcan and just having them run back so that you can like light the floor on fire. That might be like a really big play for blue this round, and help them take the round in total. And there just isn't enough chaff clear on red either. It's rough for red-haired anime bro. Ouch. And how many more turns until we get the ground fire again? 2? Okay. EMP's coming in, battleships coming in. Interesting. That is such a huge commitment to anti-air with just 4 Phoenix squads to take out. 3 fortresses, anti-air barrage. They already... Do they have giant specialist? They don't even have giant specialist. Huh. I mean, if it keeps them alive, it keeps them alive. And get the high, what is this called? High explosive ammo? Yeah, high explosive ammo on the tarantula to try to take out. I think they're probably worried about the mechanical division on the steel balls, but they're just trying to take out whatever chaff red would pick, which they did not do at all, so that'll end up hurting blue a little bit. I'm most curious about how these fortresses are going to work, because I guess the phoenixes were like taking out the steel balls, which was like red's front line. And Man, this is so close. Red just barely takes it. I don't think there were any spells on that round. Sandworm, Rhino, Overlord, Sabertooth. I feel like Overlord would help blue. There's a chance that we just get a pick and a sell here. I don't think Sandworm is a good pick for red. That's probably a sell, right? We'll see. And he hasn't used it yet. Just more fortresses come out. I mean, a Sandworm flank might kind of break up blue's back line a little bit and cause some stagger. That'll help out red's front line. Just kind of advance and focus on some weak targets. Blue really isn't sure what to pick here on the reinforcements. Honestly, I'm not either. They go Overlord. I might just be sold. No, they go for range on the Overlord. See, it doesn't really help that much because red already has quite a bit of counters for it. Interesting. Blue goes Mustang missile interception. There isn't a whole lot of chaff, so I think they're okay with that pick for blue. I mean, like, my gut is telling me that red wins this outright, like, no problem. That is really close. Why would you do... Oh, I see. You're gonna have this thing run back and forth. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I feel like blue is just kind of built a little bit... The counter picks that red has made is just gonna take out blue's setup, I think. The giant units work out really well for red. What is this dude even attacking right now? Yeah, they weren't even attacking anything. Yeah. GG. I think the last two rounds for blue were pretty bad. The high explosive ammo on the tarantulas was kind of a waste of what, like 400, 500 credits, and the Overlord did nothing for them. All right, we got Woot and B. Skip for Woot. Let's take a look at the board. And we got Overlords on each side. We got Typhoons on each side. Giant Specialist for red. Fortified for blue. Almost identical setups with Typhoons, Arc Lights, Sledgehammers on both sides. We got Crawlers versus Fangs versus Crawlers on each side. Almost mirror. It's pretty much a mirror right now. I'll bet on the odds, so I'll take a bet on red. I think Woot is more familiar with this build in general. Red already goes for the launcher overload. I don't know how much that's gonna help. It might put their overlords in a little bit more danger than it's helpful. Yeah, the Overlord is getting taken out pretty quick. Definitely looking good for blue. Not a very good fortune teller today. I've got the gambling addiction, which is like, oh, if I bet on the odds, on the on like the really like big payoff odds, I can make it back. I can do it. I could be top 10 inside again. All right, Fortress. What was that? Fortress Vulcan, Farseer, Sandworm. I love me some Farseer. Sandworm for red. Yeah, I suppose you do that. You try to go around the side here. Mechanical division on worms, extended range on the overlords, and you just buy some more chaff for red. I'm keeping an eye on red right now because that's where my bet is. The Typhoon extended range, sorry, the aerial specialization is really going to jack up red's overlords though. Yeah, interesting that blue's going for the speed bonus. I wonder why. I wonder how that helps. Oh, it's for the airdrop rhino, I think. So there's going to be a tower snipe. Blue takes the left side. And man, the chaff on where? Oh my god, these freaking worms are like, well, tower? I don't care. Rhino's got that tower. Sandworms will be safe in the ground for a little while. But yeah, blue takes this confidently. Ouchies. Hardly even got a hit on the tower. I don't think it even hit the tower. Yeah, I think it's pretty much the usual Woot setup right now. A lot of overlords. No shield on the Typhoon yet, but that might come out round 8, you know, if it even goes that far. I think it's already GG. These Typhoons are too high a level. Sledgehammers don't do much for red right now. They try to add a little bit of chaff, but I really don't think it does anything. I don't think red has enough supplies to solve Woot's build right now. I mean, we're going to round 8, so it's close. Does the fire here help a lot? Yeah, it does. It takes out like 4 chaff squads, 5 chaff squads. I didn't see these fangs here. And that's really the only thing that is gonna keep red alive, I think. You know what? Woot didn't really protect this tower, though. I think it's gonna get taken out pretty quick. But the fire here was the MVP. I still don't think red has this. 2 orbital bombardments coming in for Woot. It's pretty funny. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Like, you know, intuition says, you know, spread out your big AoE attack, but no, screw it. Put them both in the same spot, and instead of like hitting some of the area some of the time, just hit all of this area all of the time. It's a good idea. And blue just, you know, they take regular shields, try and protect whatever they can here. Red puts down some oil, you know, just praying for the Vulcan to do something beneficial. But it's too late. It's just not gonna happen. Why? I don't know. Like what else are you gonna do? I think red already knows that it's kind of like GG. They're protecting things that aren't. They're protecting against things that aren't gonna happen. This like cluster of units is still just too good. It's not, and I want to be clear here, like it's not brain dead. It's not, you know, the old setup of Overlord Typhoon. Like, I know that's what's here, but like the order of operations and the way these units came out and the choices on the tech picks, they're all very good. Red just never had a way to beat this once it got going, or at least their picks never gave them a chance. Where'd the worms go? You get pulled over to the left, away from the tower. Alright, GG. What is that like? I think I'm like 0 for 4 or 5 right now on predictions. Rough. Alright, let's take a look at this one. You know what sucks about fall? Leaves. I had to rake a whole bunch of leaves over the weekend. And like the most annoying part is that like whatever the configuration of our house and fence is just results in us catching all of the leaves from the entire neighborhood. So even though like we only have 2 trees that are relatively small on our property, I think like we have the most leaves out in the street for pickup. It was like, oh my god, there's so many leaves. So my body hurts like hell. Everything I do. I feel like an old man when I get up from sitting down, twisting and turning, moving my arms. Everything hurts. Been trying to do more exercise to negate that soreness, you know, but I still live a pretty sedentary life. Did I put out food for the leaves so they all came to my yard? Yeah, probably, right? I should be careful about that. Too many goddamn feral leaves. Alright, I'm gonna go with the crowd this time. Oh, there's no reason to though. All these bets are weak. The higher insight folks have voted for blue. Oh, what do I do? I guess we can talk about the setup a little bit. We got the single file sledgehammers going up against Hacker. What are these dudes hacking? Like really? Hacker is such a weird pick. I gotta say, I don't understand why. Do they have a specialist? No. Range tech on the hackers. I mean, with 3 hackers in like a condensed area, it kind of makes its own chaff for protection. Kind of works out. But they're still getting overwhelmed. Red's making headway on the left side though, so that's good for them. Oh, this is a freaking slow round. By the hacker's fault. Wild. I don't freaking know, bro. Big bets on red. Hackers are easily countered though. Just got to get through that chaff, get through the front line, and red doesn't have much of a front line to protect the hackers. Anti-interference, assault fortress, mass-produced melting point, all the usuals. All right, I'm gonna hit the restroom really quick. You guys can watch whatever the hell's going on here. I'll be right back. All right, I am back, and what are we looking at here? We got Rhino, Vulcan, Tarantula, Phantom Ray. Hit the restroom? What did it do to you that you want to hit it? Stop abusing the restroom, you jerk. I do not get enough rest in the restroom, I gotta say. I rarely find it very, very restful. Red goes Vulcan. Math goes Vulcan. Everybody loves Vulcans. That's a lot of hackers. That's a lot of hackers with a lot of shields. Each shield is 30,000, 20,000. Okay, 20,000 per rank. Blue has a lot of options for ranking up, huh? I guess that's mostly just the crawlers. Range on the Phoenix is interesting. I guess it helps take out these shields a little bit faster, because I think that's their only option to pop the shields. Math goes for the fun little spell here again. That definitely helps with the chaff. And I think Red's already down to like their primary units. They've got this nice line here. And the only issue I see are these wasps. And I don't know if they're going to do enough damage to take out this entire line in, what, like 70 seconds. We'll see. There's nothing on red that can attack these wasps. Yeah, they do. They're fine. Everything's fine. Oh, it is so close. I almost just threw a bet on red. Oh, sorry, blue. Laser sight, assault fortress. Additional deployment slot. Fortress overload? What? Fortified overload. Ah. I don't know, bro. I think this is a cute setup more than a effective setup. I think Red was just like, you know what, I want to go hacker, and just went for it. There isn't anything particularly good on Blue's side that they're like going to be hacking that kind of turns the tide of the battle. It's mostly just chaff that they're hacking at this point, and the Vulcans are killing most of the chaff, so hopefully the hackers are hitting like these sledgehammers. You know what, that's fun. If I could vote, I would have voted for Blue now. I'm really happy that the anti-interference module is going to block the hackers. It's fun. What time is it? I'm so hungry already. I have to go get something to eat soon. Our supermarket recently has had like, I don't know what happened to all the pigs, but like pork tenderloin has been on sale like nobody's business. It's been like super cheap for some pork tenderloin, and dude, that pork tenderloin is super easy to cook. So we had that last night, and there's still a whole nother loin to eat tonight. So it's good stuff. But Blue's just gonna take this, I think. It's not, no, the Farseers are jacking up the wasps. We'll see. Unfortunately, that tower pop's gonna do it. Good job, Blue. I should have betted on you ages ago. You also find it easy to cook? I order it cooked from Uber Eats. That, you know what, that's fair. It's a good strat. A proper technique. Yeah, I'm freaking hungry, so I gotta like grab something to eat. Oh. It's so weird how like streaming will take so much energy out of me. It always surprises me because I just sit here and talk, but I guess talking and thinking about what to say and also trying to do something. I mean, I'm not playing, but you know, I'm trying to talk about all the things that I'm seeing and observe and not sound like an asshole. So I guess that's a lot of mental effort. Words are hard, indeed. All right, we got round one here. I'm gonna zoom out a whole bunch. You guys can keep an eye on the match. I'm gonna make myself like a sandwich and grab some other snacky bits. So I'll be right back. Give me like 5 or 10 or 10 hours. I don't know. I'll be back. folks. I am back. And I have a whole bunch of food caught in my throat, apparently. Whew. What do we got? What I missed? I see a rhino. I like that. It's dead, though. We got some hackers. Scorpions are good against all those things. Oof. My intuition says red. I'll just go for it. Wow, quick picks on the round 6 reinforcements. More hackers come out for blue. Damn. Red can deploy 4 units. Are they even gonna use it? Like, are they just gonna buy a bunch of chaff? That's all I can think of. 5 units. What are they buying? Crawlers. So many crawlers. I mean, the crawlers beat the hackers, so it makes sense to me. Still a lot of credits left for red. Yeah, I don't know if 4 hackers are going to be enough. Take out Red's problem units, you know. But it looks like we got some tech on the hackers, which is helping out reaching those higher health units, and there's enough chaff clear, it looks like, for blue that the hackers are getting what they need to be getting. So blue is staging a hacking comeback. What the heck were they using to take out all the crawlers, though? That's my question. Because I was under the impression that red tried to out-chaff blue, but definitely didn't happen this round. I see some frontline crawlers, but I don't know. We got Sandworm, Phantom Ray, Phoenix, Fire Badger. Both go air units. We got some Phantom Ray on blue, Phoenix on red. And yeah, I just want to see like what the configuration is here. Yeah. Got like 3 or 4 crawlers per side. Okay. There's, you know what, blue has even more chaff to go for the loose formation on the crawler. I think that's really good. Basically negates the arc lights and scorpions. Yeah, I think blue takes it. But what the hell do I know, because it's going round 8. I think red is just trying to shield up against all of all the long range options for blue. The hackers and storm callers primarily. Red also picked up 1 missile interception device. Yeah, I think the fire just saves red, ultimately. Hackers be hacking, though. The long-range Phoenix for red is gonna help out and get some mileage out of that for sure. As long as blue can maintain some chaff clear, you know, they have a chance. I know, insightful commentary. But like with that many crawlers, that's really what it's coming down to now. All of the units, like all the single, like individual units of like the arc lights, scorpions, they've got their freaking wasps and phoenixes, like all of those units are pretty good against all the units on blue, the hackers and the stormcallers, tarantulas. So it's really just a matter of clearing out that chaff, and there's a lot of it. There is a lot of it. The javelin is going to take out a nice cluster of units for red. I'm not sure if red has an option to stop this rhino back here. Sorry, that's not a rhino, that's a freaking Vulcan. Yeah, I don't know. That is marksman? Does a rank 2 marksman take out a rank 1 Vulcan fast enough? I don't know. Either way, round is over. Somebody wins. I'm not sure if that oil does the best work. It does a little bit, I suppose. Damn, that Vulcan is dead. Up in the top left corner. Oh, the wasps were there to take it out, I see. Didn't see that before. It's close. It is close. Blue is winning the ground game. It's really just these two snipers that need to take out all the air units of red. And I think they'll manage. GG. All right, 0 for 6. Prediction master. Big brain insight. What do we want to watch? You know, let's watch a cast match. I feel like cast could have like some really swingy matches. They like to commit to a composition, I feel like, pretty early. And their decisions early on can sometimes not be super beneficial, but they know how to make late game decisions. They know how to turn a composition into something very cohesive. So they're pretty fun. I don't know who Maple Pears is. I've never seen that name before, but I would imagine it's some other experienced player. A lot of hackers today. There wasn't a patch, right? I'm not missing anything. Are those wasps gonna be able to take out the sniper and everything? Yeah, I'm so confused. Who's who? Are the wasps blue? They are. Oh, weird. Didn't even recognize it. It was just like the formation of things were completely swapped, because I guess blue flanked with the wasps. Interesting. Okay. Red still takes it. Oh, it's over? Did somebody give up? What happened? There's no more prediction option up here. Alright, we'll see how bad it goes. We got 1900 health on blue and 3200 on red. And I guess red is just gonna hack their... Oh, I see. That's why the lines looked like they swapped. Just because of the freaking hackers. Is red's front line really that good? Yeah, they got arc lights for chaff, clear, sledgehammer for like high health chaff, basically. A single overlord doesn't really beat it. 2 rank 2 hackers. Yeah, I think red just like takes it on hacker silliness. And airdrop rhino's gonna do some nice distraction as well. All right. Weird. Really, really weird. All these wasps and the overlord are just going to be taken out by these really low rank snipers. Huh. All the hackers stay alive. Funny. That's where the primary damage comes from. What a weird match. All right. Welp. I guess, yeah, we'll go check out Mathis Might again. If you want to watch a Woot match, go ahead. Go check out his stream. He's a cool guy. But like, I'm not going to be spectating him a whole lot because a lot of his plays kind of go the same way. It's usually a variation on like Typhoon, Overlord, what's it called? Overlord Wasp or something like that. Still good play, just like not a whole lot of variety. And he streams, so you know, if you want to see his matches, go watch them. Round 2, we got a Farce here and a rank 2 Sabertooth already. I'm gonna imagine those probably came from the reinforcements. Does the Sabertooth? No, the Sabertooth doesn't take it just because of the tower pop. Crawlers reach it or what? Oh, Fangs and... what are these dudes called again? Fire Badgers? Alright. Incendiary bomb, oily bombs. Yeah, that's fair. All right, round 3. If I had to place a bet, I really like the aggressive front line for red. Sorry, from blue. I know my colors. I know my positions. I like the aggressive front line from blue, so I'm gonna go blue. Other than that, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about today. So I don't have a whole lot of confidence. I think the best play, if you are also betting, is don't bet on what I bet on. Haven't gotten a single one right today. Now, I don't think these Typhoons, unless the tower lasts long enough, I don't think these Typhoons are going to take out all these Phoenix units. Yep. Now, what I'm hoping is that blue is going to figure out a way to bolster the steel balls or the Sabertooths and have a nice, strong front line. Anyway, we got electromagnetic impact, haste module, improved sledgehammer, and subsidized marksman. I don't know. I think red probably takes haste on this. They have enough units that there's got to be something that'll benefit from it. Yeah. All right, rank 2 steel balls, no tech still. Red already spent all their money. I don't know what they spent it on. I think mostly chaff, and I'm not sure if these arc lights had range before. Red's gonna buy some chaff as well. Well, you know what? I'm not sure if blue had those marksmen before. Looks like blue is stabilizing. The additional health on the steel balls helped out a lot. Whatever blue did, it's working out. Melting Point, Scorpion, Wasp, Wraith are the reinforcements out. It looks like, yeah, Scorpion came out for red and blue. It extended range Phoenix, which I'm not sure if they need that yet. I would have expected a bit more chaff clear. I mean, the red has the extended range fire badgers, which will help take out a lot of these crawlers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the extended range does a whole lot for the Phoenix units back here. Red does buy more chaff that have more fangs. Red's trying to figure out what direction they want to do right now, because last round was kind of weird. There wasn't a whole lot of chaff, and they just kind of ended up having just enough front line to beat out the other rounds, like their opponent's front line, like just enough. It was almost even to the point where both back lines were fighting each other. So blue ends up just going for another Scorpion and figuring, hey, more frontline damage, more AoE, let's go for it. Now the question is, will blue be able to maintain all their rate of fire and everything against the longer range fire badgers and all the fangs that were purchased by red? Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it. Yeah, blue's already out of AA, so red takes it pretty confidently. At this point, I think blue goes for some range. Yeah, they take range on the marksman. They could do stormcallers as well. There's a lot of grounded long range units that are kind of grouped together. I mean, they already have Scorpions, I guess, so that's good enough. They could use some fire rate though. The two stacked fangs are kind of rough. A pretty big distraction. Is there a flank happening back here? No. Yeah, we're all clear on flanks. And red decides to go for some more marksman tech. They buy more marksman. They get the buddy tech or whatever it's called. Whatever spawns 5 fangs per marksman. Which I think is fair. I'm not sure if the arrangement is super great. But it's going to slow down the Phoenix's rate of fire, that's for sure. That's going to hurt red. All that chaff is gone now. But you know what? It's fine. Just buy more marksmen. And yeah, now we're just playing the range game. Javelin comes in for red. Other options are Fortified Overlord, Intensive Training, and Elite Crawler. I like Elite Crawler just because I'm stupid. I think it's fun to buy rank 5 units that are just going to get melted by whatever comes the next round. See what blue ends up going with. It looks like red went ahead and bought some more oil because that does help take out all the chaff. I'm kind of surprised red didn't buy more Phoenix units. They would do the same thing that the marksmen are doing for blue, which is provide more high damage single target damage, right? Because there's like the scorpions, there's the typhoons, the steel balls. If they can get taken out faster, that's even better. And we're just getting more marksmen for blue here. Still only the four Phoenix units for red. That right side is hot, hot, hot. You know, I'm kind of glad that we see like 5 Fire Badger units out there. I like those squads. I think the Mustangs are new for blue, right? Those, yeah, the Mustangs are the right pick. It's a really big, really huge counter for blue because it prevents the marksman from being able to, you know, just take out any strong units. Basically, like long range chaff. Heavy armor for blue. What's that thing called again? It's like the enhancement module. Yeah, enhancement module for red. Free level. And what you usually see with blue's composition right now, I don't agree with buying more marksmen. They were already fine with having 6. What you usually see with blue's composition are Stormcallers, because Stormcallers could drop down some fire on top of or in front of the approaching Mustangs, which honestly I think red is like kind of anticipating with these shields. So instead we just get some higher level. Yeah, this is a weird composition. I don't feel good about red anymore. We get some high level marksman arc light things happening here, and just more chaff coming out for blue. I think it's good timing because there's no more oil, and that's true, the oil is now gone, which wasn't helping blue, or I should say it was hurting blue quite a lot. All right, we got some crawler levels and some burrowing crawlers. We'll see what happens. I think red still has the advantage. The Mustang pick is very strong. It helps with chaff clear, and it helps with distracting the marksman from hitting those phoenixes in the back. And the phoenixes, as long as red is clearing out blue's chaff, the phoenixes will be able to take out everything else. And they weren't able to take out the chaff. All those fangs that were spawned by blue were just too much. Too many goddamn fangs. All right, it's close. It's very close. Oh, Wraith, Sandworm, War Factory, Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer for blue, I think that makes a lot of sense. It's going to slow down almost everything red has. For red, what the hell do you do? Sandworm still dies too quick. There's too much damage. Wraith doesn't do much. I mean, Wraith, extended range Wraith helps take out the chaff. but even then it might be taken out by the sniper, so that's a rough pick. Sledgehammer might be just the safer pick, or you just take a war factory and sell the damn thing. Red's taken a long time to make their pick. Let's take a look at what blue has done on their side of the board. You know what? I really like what blue did. The middle line sledgehammers with heals is actually pretty smart. It's going to keep these marksmen alive quite a long time. And these closer sledgehammers that are a little more forwards are going to protect whatever remaining front line there is. Now, Red decides to take a little bit of a different approach. They pick sledgehammers as well, but they go for extended range and EMP. Now the EMP there is to try and break the extended range of these scorpions and arc lights mainly. I don't know if it's going to happen fast enough. Let's see what happens. If we start seeing these arc lights and scorpions move up, you know it's working. I'm just not sure if they're going to have enough chaff clear to take out these fangs in time for that EMP to really work. And the other unfortunate thing is I think a lot of those sledgehammers are already freaking dead because scorpions, duh. I think we're just going to kind of get a repeat of last round. Yeah, all those tanks were just placed a little bit too tightly. Hey, we got a prediction correct. I just went with my gut. Fantastic. All right, let's take a look at a K and B match. Round 4. Got 3 rhinos from a reinforcement pick. I don't know how long ago that was. It's on Red's side. And that is a long-range fortress. Okay. Still a little messy on the board. A lot of spread out units. Okay. I have no idea what happens. I mean, the fortress helps with the... Oh, what the... Why? Does this even do anything? We got elite marksman on a rank 1 fortress. That is one of the weirder picks I've seen today. Or ever. Alright, well, let's actually center our view here. So, a lot of tarantula. I like Red's board a lot more, so much so that I'm just going to throw a vote on there right now. The having 5 tarantulas this early is really good, and tarantulas have really good synergy with rhinos, so I don't know how long those rhinos are going to stick around. We might see them when I see a worm pick later, but like steel balls and rhinos make tarantula so much better. The low range of tarantula is really hard to deal with otherwise. That's why I see a lot of people just like when they have 4 or more tarantulas, they just immediately go range. I think their default range is only like 75. Yeah, 75. And Red already has the range on the tarantula, so yeah, overall a pretty good pick. They've already sold one of their rhinos, so those are all probably going to go away. More fortresses are coming out. I really don't understand. I really don't understand why they went for the elite marksman on the fortress already without having a leveled fortress. It's just kind of a waste of money. So no, it's not kind of. It is a waste of money. Without a leveled fortress, like, you're not getting the damage boost. You're not getting the damage boost. You're not getting the range boost. You could have spent that money on another fortress, or like some round upgrades, get some more chaff to protect your fortresses so that they do more damage. Like, just buy some fangs or something so that you give the opportunity of your fortress to like take out the high health targets. All the health of the fortresses are helping out against the tarantulas, though. We'll probably get mines coming up next from red. There's the mines. Spider mines. Extended range fortress, I think, is fine. But red already has enough chaff clear with the tarantulas, and that's gonna help out this melting point quite a bit. You know, like midfield fortress and Vulcan are pretty good combo, as long as you can have enough range and enough fire rate. It can work out. I think in general red still has this. They have the better board. But blue's taking the right side, mainly due to the chaff clear of the Vulcan. The missile helped a lot. Where did those wasps come from? Was that like a reinforcement? There's some red wasps that basically kept blue from doing anything. No, they're just there. They're chilling. They probably came from a reinforcement a while back. More Vulcans. Yeah. I think a little too far forward there. Never mind, I'm crazy. They put down oil. It'll be fine. So blue has the option for a lot of chaff clear. It would be really expensive, but they have the fortress anti-air barrage, which protects against mass wasps. So I think blue's only real course of action is more melting points to try to take out those giant units. Red has enough chaff already to... I think the chaff battle is even. So ultimately, you're going to be looking for these melting points to take out the giant units of blue. All right, let's see what happens. I think like the only concern for red is if like the tarantulas get hung up on one of the giant units. Ultimately, I think the long range melting points should kind of be like almost a checkmate situation. Well, melting points. Oh. Let's see. Oh my god, this melting point is it was freaking wild. Couldn't handle the sniper fortress though. It's a fun round. I still wouldn't vote on blue. Steel balls are cute for red. My brain goes buy some armor, you know, try to beat the fire. But there's still enough damage and enough fortresses that the steel balls might just, you know, end up dying. Fortresses are starting to get really high level now. The only unfortunate thing for blue is that all these giant units are really expensive to try and upgrade. Are we good on the stream, by the way? We didn't have a drop, did we? No, we look okay. All right. I saw something funny for a second. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, blue has enough damage on the board, you know, to take out red's health bar up there. It's a lot of giant units. I don't know if it works out. And honestly, if blue's melting points can get out a second volley of the electronic missiles, I think it'll be GG. It is a lot of fire. The wasps are a good pick, I gotta say. I do like the wasp pick from blue. Yeah, that's it. Red does take it. I do really like the balance changes that they made to the Vulcan before 1.0. I think it was not the build right before 1.0, like it wasn't the 1.0 build, but I think it was the build before it, where they turned the Vulcans into like purely a chaff clear specialist. Because before that, I think they had a tech that like doubled or tripled their freaking damage output, and they're taking out like sledgehammers and stuff, and it was just no good. And once those things were getting levels, it was disgusting. All right, we got some blue overlords, storm callers. Oh, red wasps coming in. A weird and messy round so far that is not going blue's way at all. Who are our players? I see. Well, that was pretty convincing, wasn't it? Let's take a look at the board. Get some crawlers coming up. So blue's plan right now is mass overlord with some sledgehammer chaff, I guess, right? Which I think is fair, because there's already a couple of Typhoon units. They got to deal with these steel balls that are going to try to keep hitting this tower on that side. I like the launcher overload pick. I'm not sure if... Yeah, red doesn't really have an answer to the launcher overload yet. Overload is really good against the steel balls, in case you're wondering. It's just a matter of these balls getting stopped so that thing can actually get shot. These wasps over here are pretty nasty, though. They'll eventually snipe this tower. Mustang, Sandworm, Tarantula, Rhino are the reinforcements. Both players go Mustang. I think that's fair. Mustang for blue helps with the chaff clear of the wasps and all these fangs and crawlers up in the front. And for red, you know, it's good against the overlords if they end up getting the aerial specialization, which they do. They also purchase the range, which I think is fair. A little more protection on the Mustangs I think would be nice. But still pretty good. Yeah, you just buy more overlords. Or what happened here? Did I miss something? It looks like they sold one and then bought a cheaper overlord. I don't see an enhancement module anywhere, so I don't know what happened. But like, there was another overlord here. I don't know what happened to it. I see, my brain would have went like, all right, 4 overlords worked last round, why not buy more? But I think with the Mustang pick, he played a little bit safer for blue. I don't think red has anything going on this round. Unless the Mustangs like just kind of power through and they're able to hit this tower. Which it looks like that's exactly what's happening. You know, I think that was a pretty rough pick for blue. The whatever is spawning the steel balls, I'm not sure how much that's going to help. I would have put it on the right side, but I guess putting it on the weak side was fine. Worked out. Anyway, Vulcan Descent, Rhino Assault, Intensive Training, Mobile Battleship. Weird things for round 8. Vulcan Descent's probably gonna be pretty good right here. I think putting a Vulcan there just kind of like destroys all of red's plans, unfortunately. I don't see red recovering from this being on fire. All the Mustangs die to it, all the chaff dies. But you know what? That is fun. Red is anticipating that the Vulcan comes down and lights this on fire, so they went ahead and put their own oil strike right here, which is going to help take out some of blue's own Mustangs. Pretty clever girl. I still think blue's board is just better. I think the only reason that red was able to kind of stay in the fight this past couple of rounds was the Mustang reinforcements. Yeah, the tower pop's gonna be it. Overlords will be able to just kind of beat all these other units here. So you know what? I'm gonna take back what I said about that steel ball factory on the weak side. It's a good pick because the weak side doesn't have a way to take out the steel balls, and they just kind of snowball into like a big old pack of really high health chaff. which late in the game, that's like really strong. So you know what? I guess it was a pretty smart thing to do. All right, we got K against B. I think we watched this match not too long ago, right? And we got some Rays. A couple of Rays with Cloak. Cloak is really fun. Most of the time they're not even targetable, and I think there's like a 40% increase in their damage. So Red's got to account for that with some chaff. I'm curious who put down the smoke. I would imagine it's blue, because red units are walking right into it. Well, red is winning the right side with their rank 3 Typhoons, and blue is just kind of holding out with their snipers and Farseers. Taking out those rank 3 Typhoons is going to be really hard, though. I'm not sure if they have a way to do it. So close. Yeah, just enough. Okay. You know, I gotta say, I'm a little surprised that we're not seeing red build around. Never mind, I'm crazy. I should just wait before I say anything. But red should probably build around these Typhoons just a little bit. Melting point is fair. These Mustangs are so far back. But it's working out, huh? At least on the right side it is. Left side, red's still taking it. Good for them. I feel like it's rare to see two like separate sides with like pinpoint focus, so to speak, because we've got like a really strong front line of red on this side, and they're starting to develop another strong front line on the right side. And usually you see players who have this like really aggressive front line, you only see like one on one side, not like one on each side. So I guess like the high level Typhoon is just facilitating that right side line. Anyway, improved Tarantula, improved Overlord, Wasp, Swarm, and Mobilized Battleship. Really not too sure how well this is gonna go. I think the Mustangs are gonna do quite a bit of damage, but they're also gonna take some heavy losses, and they won't be able to help on this side. Red rightfully goes for some more chaff to try and protect their typhoons against this very close melting point. Been lurking and listening. How's it going? It's going all right. It's going all right. Just doing my best to stream and chill for the most part, which is very difficult for my brain. You know what really sucks? There are certain things that streaming services do that are really bad for perfectionists. Like always showing viewer count. Like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna put a window over my viewer count so that I have no chance of seeing it. Here we go. Because I can usually find ways to hide things so that my brain doesn't be like, oh, how many viewers do we have, or how long have I been streaming, how's the chat going. Like, there are certain things I have to keep open, like I need to keep the chat open to keep some engagement, but I really don't need to see the viewer count because my brain is like, yeah, like I have said that exact thing to people, like, when you stream, don't look at viewer count, but like my brain's like, but results though, those are results. And then I'm like, shut up. Shut up, don't look at that. So yeah, I just put a window over the viewer count number because there's no way for me to turn it off. I know Twitch has an option, I know OBS has the option, but because I don't have something updated, so the only way for me to have my chat window open is to have Restream open, which does show the viewer count. So I just have to like put a post-it note over it, basically. Viewer count is such a freaking roller coaster of emotions, because like if it's above what you usually see, it's like, oh, that's nice, and then like the moment it goes down, it's like, oh, I'm horrible, this is worthless, why bother? And like logically, you know, I know it's stupid, but the critical over analyzing brain I have is like, oh, that's the end. That's the end goal. Viewers. Anyway, all right. How are we doing? We got melting point with a whole bunch of beams. We've got scorpion pick on the red. I was too busy talking about viewer counts to recognize what the hell's going on. Multi-beam is putting in work against those typhoons. Struggle with that a lot of the time. Yeah. Like when I was doing Fall Guys consistently, I basically like when I was doing my consistent streams back in 2020, yeah, 2020, like that whole summer, I wasn't I guess it was late summer and then like all the way through to the coming spring. When I was streaming consistently, I was looking at those results, man. And like, fortunately, most of the time it was on an upswing, right? There was growth, and I just kind of like brute forced it, you know. I was doing like 8-hour streams, same goddamn game all the time, and I just like, if there's any emotions, I'll just completely ignore them. And here I am years later trying to recover from that horrible work ethic where I just completely disregarded my own health. So if I could just stream for me and have fun, that's all I want. That's all I want to get out of this stream and whatever streams I have in the future. Just stream for myself, don't stream for the results. I know mainstream people will be like, oh, but then why are you streaming? Why not just play the game yourself? It's because I enjoy streaming. I enjoy the engagement. It's all the result like analysis and details that like just drive me freaking crazy. So I'm gonna stay away from that. Well, we got 2 rhinos here, rank 3, with armor. They're gonna do some work. They're gonna do quite a bit of work, I think. It's a hell of a distraction. Now the real question is, will Blue be able to have enough chaff clear to get to these typhoons? It's not looking good. It's looking great. Blue's mounting a comeback. You know what? I'll throw a vote on Blue because I respect the comeback on round 8 and 9. And it looks like B is gonna go Stormcallers, which I think is totally fair. It's how you deal with these frontline melting points. And EMP storms are even better. Gotta get rid of that beam because that was the only thing that really saved Blue last turn. Red just goes ahead and buys some melting points of their own, which is interesting. I don't know which way this goes. Red made some pretty significant adjustments. The Stormcallers are a really big addition, and so are the melting points. I don't think that the fortress does a whole lot. I mean, that was mainly just a reinforcement. They don't have a whole lot of air. In fact, why was anti-air picked here? Does anybody know? Oh, the Phoenix back there. I see. Yeah, okay. I mean, like, that's cute, but it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna do much. So I don't think the fortress pick was very good. Blue has a fair amount of chaff that the EMP rockets are going to take a while to really have an effect. The question right now is this left side. Is this melting point and Stormcallers going to be able to take out the rest of Blue's units? And I think they will. I think between the range and all that, they'll be okay. So yeah, Red is going to take it. All the hard work of coming back just to fall right down for Blue. All right. All right, I think this is going to have to be my last match for the day. I'm starting to get a headache. My brain is tired. Pretty even board so far. Everything that's dying is like a split right down the middle. Oh, this is a level 3 Farseer. Damn. Okay, I didn't see that. From a distance, I did not notice how high rank that Farseer is. I'm gonna guess those are just rank 1 Phoenix. Okay. Yeah, the Farseer is just gonna carry this round. Okay. think if blue could lean in to the range a bit more, they'll be okay. I want to take a look at all the chaff on both sides before I place a bet. Red goes steel ball. Blue has more Vulcans, and they also have more chaff now as well. And they're doing a crawler pull to the center so that the Vulcans can melt all that stuff. So, I mean, red's going to take this round just because of the fire. Oh, sorry, blue's going to take this round. And I think blue just takes it overall. They have a really nice setup with the snipers. Marksman. You bet green? Good for you. Are you all moved in now, White Prince? If so, we should play some Satisfactory together at some point. Still unpacking, but that'll be done this week. Cool. Yeah, you've moved a lot. You should have it down to like a system. You are 1 kajillion% down. Yeah, so am I. I didn't overload myself, but what did I do? I fell off of it for a bit because I was trying to challenge myself and taking it a little too seriously to the point where like I was turning it into a job. And I think given the past couple of weeks of mental health progress, I think I can avoid that a little bit easier now. That's such a tricky thing to manage with like production games, where it's like, oh, just, you know, feel good about the efficiency and all that stuff. And like feeling good about efficiency is usually a job related thing, so it like feels really good when you get used to, when you're like getting used to it, and then when you start fine-tuning things, it can get a little like, woo, it's getting intense, a little too focused, a little too critical. All right, Rhino, Sabertooth, Fortress, Sandworm. Sabertooth for red. I don't know if a sell happens there. Yeah, that's what happened. I think blue's range is just too good. And now they take some giant units to try to I don't really agree with a lot of giant units. They have the Phoenix. Red has Phoenixes that are gonna do some high health. They're gonna do some high damage. And I think those things are the last things alive. So unless blue fails chaff clear, I don't see. Yeah, I still don't see red win. What the hell am I saying? I think blue still has it. In fact, I'm kind of surprised that this is going to be going another round. I think blue might light themselves on fire. Yeah. That's what happened. Oh, did they go fire missiles? It did. Red Stormcallers are putting fire down. That's why they won the round. Well, we'll see if we get oil or fire. No? Okay. Supply, super supply enhancement, super heavy armor, assault stormcaller, extended range fortress. I really don't think blue should be too concerned about what's coming. I think red already purchased their oil drop. Putting down 4 shields will be good for blue. Just try to block the fire. What's the range on these Phoenix units? I'm kind of curious. They have a range of 175, and this is 180. I think the AA missiles. Oh, 170 now. I could have sworn that used to be 180. Fun. Okay. So these fortresses actually have to walk up closer in order to get these Phoenixes. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But, yeah. I think without the fire, red is in a lot of trouble. Their shaft clear options just are like purely relying on ground fire. Yep. Well, that's interesting. Do they have double shot on? They do have double shot on the marksman. I wonder why. Do the Phoenix units have shield, maybe? Or maybe that was just a concern they had. Let me check. Because usually you only see double shot on things that like... Yeah, that's a weird pick. That might have been preemptive. Yeah, I think they were expecting shield to be purchased for the Phoenix. That definitely would have slowed down blue. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thanks everybody for hanging around. And hopefully I'll stream tomorrow. I would like to. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna play. We'll see what I feel like playing or watching. And I'll catch everybody later. Have a good one. Bye.